Welcome everyone to day 2 of QA ATL, Future of Testing. We're so glad you could join us again for some more fun. I'll walk you through, again, appreciate your patience in getting started today. We'll walk you through a couple of things. So for those of you that did not join us yesterday, just a real quick recap. AQAA is part of QAI. We are the Atlanta chapter, which is celebrating their 40th anniversary this year. And again, QAI is a global organization, 300 chapters, as stated here in the slide, all over the world. The other reason people, there are many reasons why people join AQAA, and one of the things that it was founded on and known for is the many certifications that are available: certified tester, certified test manager, and so on. So those are some of the things that we also help facilitate and administer. National conference is every May. We always have a local conference here every fall. So we're very pleased that you could join us this year for our fall conference, which normally is in person, but this year, for obvious reasons, we're doing it virtually. And of course, that has wonderful advantages. We're able to get a much wider audience, speaker-wise and attendee-wise. So again, very pleased you could join us. We basically have 5 pillars that are stated here. I won't read from the slide, but we're very big on education. That comes in the form of workshops or formal training, as well as some coaching or one-on-one training. And of course, the networking and camaraderie is always nice. I have made many connections and friends over the 20 years that I have personally have been a member of AQAA. This is our 2020 board. We're actually getting ready for elections for 2021. And just as the sign says at the bottom there, we are hiring and recruiting. So if you're interested in participating and volunteering with the board, we will be having those elections in November. So reach out to us at info@aqaa.org. We have many ways to connect with us. We'll be posting these also in the chat and in our Slack channel. That's probably the biggest one to follow is just make sure you follow that link to join us for some additional conversations in our Slack channel. And of course, feel free to tweet or post if you find something interesting on LinkedIn or any of our other social channels. One of the other services we provide that we're real proud of is our career valet. So again, we talked about this yesterday, our resume makeover, LinkedIn, and job search strategy in general. We talked about our education. So these are just some of the sample things that we offer through our workshops and training. The most popular one I believe that we've had is our Selenium one-day boot camp. Just some things to look forward to if you want to consider becoming an AQA member. So I did mention we have a monthly meetup for AQAA, and next month on deck we have Sean from Zenergy who will be talking to us about agile metrics. So what we have in store for you for day 2, first on deck is Peter Thomas. Peter is a well-renowned speaker. He has given many presentations and is a forefront thought leader. He's going to share with us his presentation on karate. I'm real excited about this because I don't know much about that. So the next session after that is going to be, many of you know Angie Jones. She is another thought leader in the automation and DevOps areas. So she's going to cover visual testing and what's going on with visual test automation. Then we'll have a quick break, and Mike will continue with the 3 ways. So for those of you that have not read the Phoenix Project, you'll soon get a taste. It's one of my favorite books that I've read recently. It's if you haven't read it, I highly recommend picking it up. At 4:15, we'll continue with our very own Leslie Brooks. Leslie is a board member of AQAA, so he's going to cover specification by example, or as some call it behavior-driven development, and how that intersects with data science and machine learning. And then we'll round it out with well-known thought leader, Michael Bolton, who will be having a really cool Ask Me Anything session. If you have any questions for Michael in advance, please send those into info@aqaa.org, and we will queue those up for Michael. We'll be answering those questions first, and then we'll open it up for anyone to post questions in the chat. And then at the end of the day, we'll close with our daily giveaway. I believe Orasi is on deck for today, so we'll be giving out some goodies. We'll announce what that is. Yesterday's winner was a $50 Amazon gift card, so congratulations to Willie Mims for that. And just some general housekeeping. So Zoom webinar, as you already have noticed, is a little bit different than regular Zoom in that attendees cannot turn on their video or audio, but you can submit questions. We highly recommend, there's two ways, you can communicate, of course. So for questions, we highly recommend using the Q&A feature instead of chat. If you have something fun or you want to be social, you can use the chat for some of those other things. In order to make sure we capture all the questions, let's make sure we use the Q&A feature. And you'll notice that each day we will be generating a new link. So for day 3, those links will be going out later tonight. So keep an eye out and make sure you get those. And if you don't, or you have any issues, please reach out to us in our Slack channel, and we'll be happy to support you in getting that set up. So we couldn't have done this without our very generous sponsors listed here, and very pleased to have Nick Kavadellas, who is the president and CEO of Orasi. Orasi is a well-known name in the testing industry, has a great reputation in providing testing services. They've been around forever, and they're right in our backyard here in the Atlanta area. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and pass it to Nick, who's going to share a few words with us. And take it away, Nick.
Well, thank you. Well, first, good afternoon. I'd like to thank AQAA and Costa for allowing me to kick off today's session. As Costa said, my name is Nick Kavadellas. I'm the CEO and founder of Orasi Software. We were founded in May of 2002, so I'm proud to say that we have kicked off our 19th year in business. We are headquartered here in Atlanta, actually just north of Atlanta in Kennesaw, Georgia. We've got offices in Greensboro, North Carolina, and Hyderabad, India. We've got over 150 employees worldwide, and we've got really sales offices throughout the U.S., including Boston, Washington, D.C., Dallas, Denver, Minneapolis, and so forth. So we've got really national coverage. We're really stronger from about Denver east. We're not as strong in California today. So Orasi roots are deep in automated testing. In fact, my previous company was a company called Technology Builders. We were better known as TBI. We were actually the first Mercury Interactive partner ever back in 1995. Some of you probably remember the old technologies, WinRunner, XRunner, Test Director. In fact, I even remember that when they first released LoadRunner in release 1. And even though it seems like yesterday to me, that was actually 25 years ago. So while the technologies have continued to evolve, the base concept of automation continues today. Orasi was one of the first companies to offer customers what we called a rural sourcing option for automated testing out of our Greensboro office in 2008. Our customers have been delighted with that strategy to hire college graduates, train them in today's latest technologies. So speaking of the customers, Orasi is really across different verticals. We have strong customers in the financial services, healthcare, insurance, energy and technology, retail, manufacturing, hospitality. I'm pleased to say we've got over 2,500 customers globally, and had the opportunity to work with most of those customers throughout the 18 and a half years with Orasi, and prior to that TBI. So very, very exciting. So around 5 years ago, we started seeing our customers explore DevOps and really their journeys in automation. And in seeing that explosion of DevOps automation really reminded me of 1995 when test automation took off like a rocket ship. I mean, I remember it like it was yesterday, even though it was quite some time ago. So over the years, Orasi's evolved from not just automated testing, but to a DevSecOps innovator, where we enable acceleration, security, and adoption of software applications through automation, the key word being automation. The mission of Orasi is to empower companies to increase the velocity, quality, security, and adoption of software applications so they can increase their revenue and gain competitive advantage in today's ever-changing marketplace. We work with world-class partners, many of them, you know, in services to provide full lifecycle support, and then we support our customers throughout that process. We really bring a mix of people, process, and technology to our customers. And really carrying on the tradition we started in 2008 in Greensboro with automated testing, we now offer rural DevOps services out of Greensboro as well. And we've been very successful in implementing that with many customers. So where are we headed? You know, I know the topic for today is really software testing and where it's headed. You know, I believe that software testing is now the most critical part of software delivery. It's not it's now a must-have, you know, with quality. It's not a nice-to-have anymore based on the companies that utilize technology to drive their business. I believe that software testing will continue to evolve into the DevOps processes that are being implemented by leading companies today. Small, agile teams using automation to drive their businesses. I believe we are all in the right place at the right time. I'll tell you, the journey is going to be fast and exciting, so you got to hold on and enjoy the ride. It's a great place to be around automated testing, continuous testing, and DevOps automation. And we're just proud at Orasi to be a sponsor of AQAA and work with many of the customers that are on this phone. So I want to thank AQAA again for allowing me a couple minutes to speak. I'm hoping our marketing department got all the giveaways over to you, Costa, for today's drawing. If not, please, I'm sure Tori may be on the call and she'll take care of that for you. But I do sincerely appreciate this time to speak just briefly before Peter takes over in his presentation. So thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that overview of Orasi. Always a pleasure. And again, we really appreciate your continuous support over the years in the QA community. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Nick.
Very welcome. Thank you for inviting me.